Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and sometimes I refer to this as the most hated snap-on tool on the internet, and that is simply because of its price. This is the 237 Hex Torx ST or set. It is selling right now off the truck full price for $1,255. Now it is a beautiful set of sockets, hexes, Torx, long, short, and some others. Absolutely amazing. Just the price is staggering. But I've got another one here that might give this a little bit of competition. It does sell for about half the amount, but it is probably about as controversial. And that is this thing right here. This is the 206SPRK02FO for orange. And what this is a 6-piece spark plug set. It comes with beautiful ratchet here. It's read that thing, FHBF80A. Very nice. Flex head, bent hand, or I guess bent handle, still call them that. I used to have one of these solid chrome, but it was a 36 tooth and it just drove me nuts, so I got rid of it. It was just too big an arc swing. Once I started using these 72 or 80 tooth ratchets. But anyway, very nice comfort grip handle. Now, this alone sells for about 180 bucks. If you are new to Snap-on, what they do is they add up the cost of everything, probably including the foam, and sometimes add some to it. I don't know, like the effort to put it into a set. It also comes with a locking extension. And these things on their own, you know, are close to 100 bucks. I think this one, the 6-inch, might be closer to 70. I have a wobble one I've done a video on. Beautiful design. This is the FXKL6A. If you haven't used one of these, they're quite nice. Then it has 4 sockets, and all of these sockets are specially designed for spark plugs, and they are the kind of swivel sockets, the universals. Little texture up here so you can maybe operate it by hand, but each one of these has an insert, a rubberized insert inside there, and no magnet. Now why? Well, the rubberized inserts for a lot of sockets are much safer than any kind of hard metal, magnet, etc. Contact with the ceramic aspect of the plug. Usually you can grab them with a magnet on the far end without much trouble, but you just want to be quite careful. So what do we have here? We've got the 13/16. Basically it was the industry standard like 30 years ago, maybe more, 40 years ago. So if you work on some older cars, great. Then we've got the 5/8. This is pretty much the universal now. The 5/8 size across the board, although there are some 14 millimeters that are starting to take over, and you can see it's a little bit smaller there. And the 14 is of course part of this set as well. And then the last one here is this 9/16, which I've heard this is only used on certain Fords. I do not drive Fords. I mean, nothing wrong with Fords, I just don't have one. But that's what I've heard this 9/16 really is. Maybe some others. Now, sockets for spark plugs are good ones, are generally expensive compared to regular sockets. You know, I've gotten by with some of the old ones, including this old 5/8 Craftsman I've had forever. Real simple design. And then, of course, there's my 13/16 should I need one. And then I've done a video on this 14 millimeter absolutely beautiful titanium socket from TRC, or TRO, excuse me. And then here's another 14. I had this kind of just in case sort of thing, but it's a little pricey to be just to buy on a whim. I didn't get it for full retail. But anyway, so this thing sells at $665, which is the total of all of these things plus some for the foam. These sockets range between $90 and $95 a piece. $180 for this, you know, 70 some for this, you know, piece of foam here. They pre-cut this too, which is kind of interesting. Right here, you see how that opens up? So if you want this for miscellaneous stuff, you can. Some people I've heard store their spark plugs in it, or if you've got others, like if I've got other specialty spark plug tools that I want to keep in here, I can, or maybe even a different sized extension. You can see that one, so those are about 6 inches. But anyway, they also make it very easy for you to just slice this off, so if you want to put it in your toolbox, it doesn't really waste any space. In fact, it wastes so little space that you'll notice the ratchet is bigger than the foam box here. See that? Sticks out on that side and out on this side. So it is designed, if you put it in here, well, how do you put it in here? Something like that, maybe, like this. There we go. Figured it out. So kind of like a whale in a bathtub. But anyway, is this the most hated tool? No. A lot of people really love them. It's just when they start putting all the pieces together, and it might be pieces that you aren't necessarily needing at the moment. Maybe you will in the future, but all of a sudden you realize just how expensive this stuff is. So here it is, $665 if you want one. Comes in green, comes in red, and you can also get it with a chrome handle as well. I think there might be a few bucks price difference there. But overall, if you do a lot in spark plugs and you want the Gucciest set, this might be it. Otherwise, you can just be disappointed at how expensive this set is. Let me know your thoughts. Maybe. And with that, Doc out.